Okay, so I guess let's have the pre-game summary, post-game of last game summary. There we go.
Uh, the pregame of postgame summary.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
oh, okay. Now I know what you mean. I was like, what? And it's like, now I get it. Just summarize what happened. I was confused. I'm like, what? I remember we started heading towards the vampire layer as we were understood, or vampirella layer, vampinella,
Vampanellas.
vampire Cinderella layer,
Yeah.
and I remember, so we had to stop to camp, and I was worried she would just like run away and do stuff. But I think we did have an anime moment of was like, we need to stick together and believe it,
Yes.
yes, that kind of. So we had stuff. Maba's once again, I think was the only comfortable one sleeping.
Once again, yeah.
Yeah, because you summon pillow waifu,
Okay.
and then we started to get closer to the would look like to be a cemetery with a building in the center, which was a mausoleum. We understood just from what we could see, and we saw some shuffling corpses in there. And we're thinking it's kind of easy, zombies. Just a few of them. We could just go to the door. But as we approached, and like I believe it was breaking the or actually like kind of just getting closer to the vicinity, the big marked gravestones in the corners started to activate like in a video game, and it basically turned into Gauntlet where they were monster generators.
Yes.
Luckily I somehow did not go down, and the rest of us did pretty well.
Yeah.
Did anything happen with Vampirella? I think I kept yelling at her and trying to steal her aggro.
Yeah, she
Oh,
kind of did her own thing.
Yeah, she
yeah,
turned into a bat and destroyed the last tomb on her own. Or
yeah.
I think she destroyed it before we destroyed the last one.
Okay, yeah, that was good. It was. I think she was getting aggro from helping us like leap over the gates and stuff,
Because
or
yeah,
not the gates, the fencing.
we all came in through this side. It
Mhm.
was about the time that we got to the top left corner for this one, and the rest of us started going this way. That she went that way and took care of that one.
Nice. And where we left, we were fatigued, and I think like after killing zombies, sat down, had sandwiches, and I chugged a beer,
Yeah.
Yes.
like an American. Like
Like
I'm a
an
samurai. Like
American.
I guess like staying to my heritage. I'm Japanese because I'm wearing samurai armor, but I'm also American because I'm drinking a beer after a good fight against zombies.
The good old American way.
Yes. Or just like a Japanese office worker who goes to a bar to get drunk with coworkers after.
Yeah.
All you
Except
all you need is a tie to wear around your head.
yeah. Instead of killing it, you know, in the marketing department, I'm literally killing it, and the it are zombies.
Yes.
Anyone else have anything to add? Anything that was
I mean, I
forgotten?
think that was
I
pretty
think we
much.
got 77
Oh,
get tickets or something like that.
What?
Yeah,
Uh,
that sounds right.
that doesn't
uh,
sound quite right. Sounds a
Oh, right, it was only
little.
75.
Ah, yeah,
Uh,
that's what it was.
um, yeah, something came up to us in the night while before we actually raided the place. Uh, there was
Mm.
something. Uh,
Oh, right. I don't think I noticed it. Do you remember what it was?
It was definitely I never noticed it.
maybe I was. Well, I guess because I'm the only one with dark vision. Maybe.
True.
Um, yeah, something came up to kind of close by in the night, and then like left towards this area. So something came out and like was like checking us out.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. I think I saw it too because the enemy presence thing.
Yeah,
Something was hidden.
I
I'm-
neither have dark vision nor presence detection, so I'm good.
I think I mentioned it and like drew my blade. Which I mean, my blade rests on my shoulder pretty much because it's massive. Aluminum armor.
I draw my blade from my shoulder.
Yeah.
Out of my shoulder. Well, yeah, that's about it. If I remember right, you're standing in front of the crypt
Entrance.
right now. Yeah, the entrance.
Yeah, we were getting ready to delve into the darkness. We pretty much ended the scene where we were pointing towards the entrance and like starting to stride towards it.
Right. That's exactly where you left off. And now I have to ask you, what are you going to do?
Stride forward.
Stride forward.
Well, this is where we're supposed to find answers for her problem.
Right.
So
If I trying to remember, did we figure the problem slightly out? Like, do we kill the Lord Vampire and she's restored or something?
yeah, I think she mentioned something about having to defeat the one who turned her.
Right, that's what it was. The one who turned her, who may or may not be Vampire Lord.
May not be here either. Who knows?
That's true.
They may not. Who knows? All right. Well, the crypt is locked. Can't get in. I'm sorry, guys.
Well, shit. Guess we got to turn around.
Ah, that sucks.
I drink the remaining beer, throw it against the door, and leave in frustration.
Okay.
Sorry you have to suffer, Emma. We're
Yeah. I mean, what can you do? This is one of those sitcom moments where, oh shucks, and then it zooms in on everyone's faces and it's like, do, and that's where the episode ends. Well, thanks for coming tonight, guys. It was fun.
Cool. Let's play some WoW.
Good session. Let's go play some WoW. Okay. Well, the crypt is, in fact, it does not look locked. I mean, it just seems like two stone doors that are closed. Doesn't seem like there are handles to lock anyway. It's just kind of one of those things you push.
I attempt to lightly shove against the door, so I'm not like putting my weight behind it, or I'm not going to look like I'm struggling. I just want to see if the door will open at a nudge.
As you go to touch the door, before your hand even touches the door, it starts slowly opening with the like stone against stone as it opens inward.
Just
Yeah.
I turn to look to the others and say, "Well, we have been welcomed."
I don't like that.
I don't
Seems too
suppose
creepy.
anyone brought a torch or flashlight or lantern or basically any source of light. I kind of shrug.
Oh, I have dark vision.
That's great. Mabuz, can you help me pluck out her eyes so we can see our way through?
Wait, no.
I'll get the right eye.
What's an adventurer's kit?
What's in an adventures kit?
Yeah.
Off the top of my
Adventure.
head, I'm not quite sure.
Oh my gosh, hold on. Something that hopefully won't cause
Ho-
my eyes to be pulled out. of my
Hopefully
skull.
there are torches in an adventures kit.
Let's see.
Was that something we get?
I don't think you get it unless you buy it.
I light my beer on fire and use it as a torch.
Wait,
Just kidding.
Is it an adventure set, maybe? Because that's the only thing I'm seeing here. Hold on. That was weird. It says it contains chalk, flint, writing implement, spade, hammer, and chisel, 10 meters of Rope. So nothing to. Well, it has flint, so we could light something.
You could light something. You can try to light your beer.
No.
See,
What
it is
if
alcohol.
what if I took like a zombie femur with its viscera and light that? I'm sure that will be delicious.
Do you want to try?
No, I don't want to try.
Well, were there? So there. What did we have? What did he fight? There were zombies and what else?
It was
Zombies
pretty
and
much
zombies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Zombies
different
and flaccid zombies, pretty much.
Yeah.
There are bushes around that you can see, you know.
So we could use some of the
Well,
twigs.
We might still get one of the femurs and try to clean it as best we can, and then wrap something around one end to light.
Okay, so you're trying to light bone on fire?
No.
He's
I
gonna
said
wrap something around the bone.
Oh,
after he
okay.
cleans off stuff.
Yeah, after you clean off, the viscera, and it's just you're left with a clean femur. Then
I
you
was
take
just
something flammable
joking.
and wrap it around one end.
I guess as you're about to just grab a femur, I was just kind of saying I was kind of half joking.
I mean, there's like
It was a sound idea.
twigs and stuff on those bushes. I'm sure they're flammable.
I'm sure a twig is flammable, but a torch, I'm not sure it would make.
I mean, use a bigger twig.
Oh, you could always scout ahead.
You could just
I
take
sa-
the whole bush. Would that be enough light for everyone?
Oh, and I should mention it is dark in there.
Yeah.
Except for some like torches in the back, and they're like,
Some
that-
sconces?
yeah, some sconces
Anything we
and-
can rip off a wall.
You said there was torches in there?
at the very
Hey.
back, and they're like really, really low, just enough that you can barely see a shadowy outline of like a stone sarcophagus.
No.
By the
Yeah.
way, when I was a kid, I thought the word sconce and scone were interchangeable. So people walking through dungeons with like lit scones, I was confused as hell. So
Nice.
delicious inaccuracy.
Just delicious lit scones.
Hmm. I mean, does your carbuncle? I almost called it something completely different. Does your carbuncle give off light? Like a hue?
It does appear to glow, but it doesn't give off light in a traditional sense.
Not like a bioluminescent.
People with night vision and I guess the samurai give me a perception.
All right. Oh my god, where am I? Oh, I'm at the top. That's right. Pow.
All right.
Oof. I'm still grossed out by the bone idea.
I mean, we haven't heard anything better yet.
All right.
Sirloon,
Oh, what am I rolling? Sorry.
perception. Yeah, you have dark vision.
You do have dark vision. All right. You guys see like at towards the back. Just wait, how many were there? There are just 5 shadowy silhouettes of people just standing around the sarcophagus. They're not moving, but they are staring at you.
There are things in there. They're looking at us. I don't know if I like that.
Oh.
When one stares into the abyss stares back.
Well, I'm the kind of guy that
Eh.
likes to shoot arrows into the abyss if only I
Eh.
was so equipped.
Emma just looks at you, Mad Buzz, and she's like, "Don't say scary stuff like that." she's just like, "Jeez, we're already in the middle of a graveyard surrounded by dead things." And you just see her roll her eyes.
After she says surrounded by dead things, I'm just like, yes, it's beautiful, isn't it?
You're getting a look from freaking Sarah as well.
And she's like,
Really?
she just goes, "Ew, no." They haven't moved at all. Give me a what would be a good roll for this? Give me a knowledge check. Yeah, give me a knowledge check.
See, you could tell what it is
Yeah.
from this distance.
Can I use the monster guidebook as
No.
well? Bonus? Okay, just regular knowledge. Cool.
Too blurry.
Another 10.
All right.
I can't see, but can I roll knowledge?
No.
Damn. Fair enough, though.
Samurai, did you roll?
Oh, well, I guess I can try. I squint really hard.
Okay.
I'm squinting and it hurts.
Araki, these things are standing so still. For a second, you're not quite sure if they're statues or not. They might just be statues. Who knows? Sairloon, these things aren't moving at all, but you don't think you don't think they're you think it's something looking at you, just something unnaturally still.
Okay. Well, have we got anything to light? If not, we should probably just go in. Don't like looking at me though.
I'm still watching for Mabuz. Mabuz, are you like snapping a femur off?
I mean, no one has given me a better idea, so...
I know, and the funny thing is, like, I said it as a joke, but at the same time, I don't want to stop you because there is no other better idea. And since you're eager, that's good. That's even better.
I mean, you could just grab an entire bush over there and light that up.
I grab a leg bone.
A leg bone? Okay.
If you use your weight and like this and twist it the other way, there you go.
So you're trying to just pull a leg bone off?
Off a zombie?
Give me a athletics roll.
If you don't do well, I'm gonna give you suggestions and help. Fuck it.
You are trying to dislimb this zombie's leg barehanded, but you're just kind of just yanking on its leg and getting
I don't know
like,
how this
like
makes
skin bits of flesh and rotten like putrid body oils are all over your hand.
Give me your sword, Hiraki.
Sure. Or here.
Give me an endurance roll.
For watching this.
Yeah, actually everyone. Mabas, this is kind of real. And it kind of smells bad, and you're kind of getting nauseated doing this.
I'm used to the smell of my own viscera, so I'm good.
Araki, this is unsettling, but not like you're not going to be sick.
It's not my own blood and putridness. Yeah. I'm happy.
Sairloon, you're good. You hear Emma kind of just like, and just start looking away. Yeah, Mabaz, you feel your stomach churning and kind of nauseated right now.
Yeah, so I step away from the corpse and I like cover my face with one of my arms, like at the armpit, with my my hands kind of away from my face, and that's when I reach out and be like, yeah, Hiraki, let me see your sword.
Yeah, Sure. I also want to see you swing it.
Your
Do you
your
have proficiency? What's your class?
I don't think you do have proficiency in sword, do you? As a sorcerer?
I don't
Do you
know.
have proficiency with weapons?
Sorcerer.
Yes.
You're proficient with light weapons and
Ah.
staves.
Let's see. Yes,
That's
Summoner has staff, whip, light weapons.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
None of which are this.
All right. So do you hand him your sword?
Yeah.
Do you hand him your magic sword or your other sword? Because you should have two swords.
Yeah, I'll give him the non-magic one in case something happens and I need to wield the big one. And,
Okay.
The newer one.
All right. You now have a, what is it? A Zambato or
Well, mine was Zambato. That one was a the hell was it?
is
They
it
call it something. It wasn't a Nodachi.
two-handed blade? No, that's not right. Odachi.
Oh,
you
Dachi.
you
Yes, thank you.
you are holding an Odachi right now.
Which is pretty.
Mabas.
still pretty big.
All right. I'm not going to attempt to swing this. I will attempt to use it like a saw.
Okay.
That's one way to use fine Japanese steel, I say. And hesitant on the word Japanese steel because this probably isn't anyway. Because what is a Japan here?
You start an Odachi is definitely not made for cutting, but you start it actually starts the blade is sharp enough that it actually starts going through the flesh, and the flesh old and rotten enough. You do get to the bone, and it doesn't cut through the bone doing this. And you're actually coughing and gagging right now despite yourself.
I have an idea. I can help you with the bone here. Mabas. I don't know how I know this.
Emma just
Ugh.
starts walking away. She's just like, I can't do it. Can't do it. Nope. 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 Nope.
I
Nope.
want to help Mabas like kind of hold the leg up straight up in the air, and then we're gonna use our weight and like twist it the way it's not supposed to go.
Okay.
Using our weight.
I mean, with the flesh carved away from the joints.
It's gonna be easier because we'll just.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead, and I'll let Araki give me an athletics roll.
Excuse me.
I'm
trying like
but,
I'm trying to
but between the
breathe.
both of you and all of this cutting and blood that is now pretty much paste getting all over you, you do manage to snap the leg bone off.
Hooray! I say in
with
victory.
there's a very loud crack.
Yay!
Yay! I say weakly. I guess we just throw something on it and light it on fire, huh?
Sounds
gonna-
like a plan.
I want to take one of those bushes and kind of like wipe my hands with the bush.
Well, there aren't really the leaves are all kind of crunchy and dead.
Oh, so
But-
this makes it even worse. Just like I'm just stabbing my hand.
Yeah, and you're getting leaf, like dried leaf bits all over your hand, and
All over my already gunky hands. That's
yeah,
I kind of just stare at them and just sigh
the smell is not good at all. Yeah, you're going to be very fatigued by the time you get home,
definitely just
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 from the
gotta keep
mental
drinking.
fatigue of the.
I just gotta yeah. That's what also the beer is for. Everything's gonna be okay as long as I can make my beer every day.
All right, and
I'll put the Odachi away in the bag.
It's now gunky too.
Yep.
Your bag is you fear for the cleanliness of your bag.
It's all right. I don't have a sandwich in there anymore. I'm oh my God, I'm American samurai. I'm fueled completely by beer.
yeah,
All right, brewing was a right choice.
you get all of your liquids and calories from beer.
Oh my God.
This whole time you're doing this, those figures haven't moved. Araki, you're getting kind of convinced that they're statues.
Yeah. I'm just trying to make sure they're not statues with health bars over them.
Sarah Luna is going to try to, while they're messing with the bones of a zombie, trying to make something out of a bush, trying to get a decent sized stick.
All right, give me an. Let's do an operate roll. Easy enough. You can the sticks are dry and easy to rip off, and you rip off a stick pretty easily. You have a stick that you can turn into a torch.
Okay.
You and your
David.
elven eyes.
David, you just created the human torch.
Gosh
The
dang it.
human torch. Yeah.
Sorry. Dad jokes.
All right. Sarah Lynn will try to make her best attempt at making this a torch, and then look over to Anna.
Emma,
Emma.
you hear her muttering, "What is wrong with those people?"
She'll hand it over to her. It's like, here.
She says, it's fine. I can see in the dark."
Oh, that makes sense. Well,
What?
I guess I'll hold on to it. Maybe, I don't know.
You can add one torch to your inventory.
A torch.
Oh, jeez. Man, these headphones are so amazing. The music that's playing is just like
It seems
hurts my
seems
ears
like
for a
Sim-
second.
This seems like Sims music.
Ah, yes, perfect graveyard music.
Sims Mausoleum.
Sims Mausoleum, yes. Here we go.
I did like Sims 4. I made a vampire slayer,
Nice.
which you basically just forced them to drink a potion.
I made an immortal artist who wrote the Bible
Nice.
and other and lots of other works of fiction that became masterpieces.
Okay.
All right.
I guess
so,
we're ready.
Yeah.
Emma just looks at you, Serloon, and she says, why do you hang out with those weirdos? I mean, Araki seems like a nice enough guy, but Mad Buzz is just, he's, no offense, but he's a freak.
I burp loudly as we're walking into Mausoleum. The moment she says, I'm like, an understandable guy.
Well,
Ugh.
they kind of did show me how to play the game originally, and they were the first party I was part of. I really don't know, other than my friend that's in a completely different warp gate. I really don't know anyone else. So
She looks at you like you can tell it's with pity, and she says, "Oh, girl. Yeah, well, maybe after we get this fixed, you can add my friend address, and you can start partying up with me, so you can get away from those weirdos."
You know you're gonna have a shopping episode, right?
oh gosh.
You have
She
to.
she says you can even join my guild if you want.
Oh, what guild are you part of?
Don't you dare.
She kind of looks embarrassed, and she says, it's just a guild me and my friends made, to hang around in. It's called Kawaii Desu.
If I join it.
Oh my gosh. I can't remember. Have we heard that guild before?
Give me a
No,
knowledge
I-
roll if you want.
I don't think so, but go for it.
I vaguely remember. I thought hearing that. I don't know.
It,
Maybe I'm wrong,
you think
but-
it was maybe the ones that tried to recruit us in the beginning? No, that was the
No,
big
no,
one.
no. That was a different one. Knowledge, you said?
Yes. Never heard of it.
Okay. I don't know why I thought I recognized it. Okay. Oh. I'll think about it. We're over here. You can't hear us.
Man, judgy over there too. Judging me in my
Right.
femur torch.
Anyways, we should probably get in there so he can
Uh,
hopefully get you cured.
Do you have a way of lighting this femur?
He's got the flint.
Do you have the flint?
Oh
Or
no.
do you have an adventure pack?
Saloon?
I do.
Are
Okay.
you are you
It's an
going
I
to
think it's an adventure set, I guess, and not a kit.
are you going to ask Sarloon to use her flint to light a femur?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so
Are you going to allow
My
him to light a
character.
femur?
let me just move my character back over here, right about there.
And I hold up a femur that I have now wrapped flammable bits around one end, like scraps of cloth from like dead zombies
Okay.
that are.
I thought you were gonna say like flesh, then like
Flesh isn't flammable.
it is though.
I
Like-
mean,
For not for long.
flesh this old is dried out, and it just has lots of oil. So
I was planning to use torn shirts and things like that.
I mean that totally works.
Yeah.
So you're gonna hold up a femur bone to Sarah with
Yes.
the cloth on it, and
Light
like,
this, please.
now I will warn you, this is going to not smell well.
are you sure?
Positive.
Yes.
That's what I
Yes.
say.
Okay.
Sarah will reluctantly pull out the flint out of her bag, kind of look at it, look at the bone, and let's see. We'll have to have some metal, so she'll draw her sword and
This will help us totally not forget torches.
spark
from
the
now on.
spark the femur.
Like the smell, this is a learning like experience. Like you remember that time without the torch? Yeah, let's buy torches. Let's buy too many torches. Let's buy a donkey that just holds torches.
Do I need to roll something to light it?
No.
So, using the sword and flint, just slide the flint across the blade, sparking the femur.
Yeah.
Oh man, why is all the music suddenly so loud? Okay.
This one's sci-fi. Slightly. There you go.
Okay. Well, you light the torch, and everyone give me an endurance roll.
Oh boy.
Here it comes. Oh,
Uh,
I kind of knew the smell
Araki.
was coming.
Araki, it doesn't smell good. You're kind of holding back, choking. Same with you, Mabas. It's not pleasant at all. You don't know how long you're gonna be able to last with this smell. Sarloon, go ahead and give me 3 fatigue. As Emma is also,
I just move away as soon as that happens.
and she also takes 3 fatigue.
We kind of move this way a bit.
All right. Um, you are giving them a wide berth. Okay, you now have light. You can, and you have a putridly stinking, femur torch that is unwieldy because it is an entire leg bone. It is an entire leg, I should say. Um, what are you doing?
Walking into the dark.
Okay. You walk in and it's pretty much what you expect. On the sides there are it's kind of like a crypt from Skyrim, right? In the sides there are just like skeletons and or like corpses with shrouds over them stacked in the walls. And it's just stone with columns down the left and right side, about 3, with a slightly raised stone platform with like 3 or 4 steps, with a rather large stone sarcophagus, and you're still just out of range of the non-moving figures with the light. Do the rest of you follow?
After I give them a moment to walk in, yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a give me an analyze. Anyone that wants to.
I'll peer
What about everyone?
and do not so terrible.
Okay. All of you notice. You look around this crypt. You don't see any cobwebs, any specks of dirt. Even the bodies with the shrouds over them almost looked as if the shrouds have been ironed. It's for an ancient crypt, it's well kept.
It's lived in. Homey, if you will.
This place of putridness and horror is kept quite clean.
To remind you of one of your castles there, Mabus? I say kinda hushed. But
I latch onto that. I'm like, yes, one of my 12 castles.
Gosh dang it.
I keep each one with a different, distinct style.
As you're talking in the middle of this room, you see Serloon and Araki. You see one of the figures start to move, and it just starts slowly walking.
I'm going to get in a guarded stance with the Zambato, like dramatically. You know, that kind of alerts anyone else who hasn't been paying attention, just, you know, because of noise.
You see walk up just into the range of your light, which I'll say goes, let's say, 20 feet out. You see I will reveal it to you.
Oh.
You see a blonde woman in a maid uniform step onto the steps.
I'm not expecting that. So I'm still in a fighting stance, but I'm somewhat frozen.
You
Alright, so they're in the maid outfit that
yes.
that would explain the immaculateness of this area.
I've seen too many anime that this is a bad sign, I say.
They give a small curtsy grabbing the hems of their dress and saying, "Greetings, you have been expected."
Still in a fighting stance, frozen, unsure of how to react to that.
Ah, well, thank you.
Go ahead and anyone give me a perception.
I will because I'm straight up confused. Okay, no, I'm frozen.
I'm bad.
Sarah Loon, why is there a maid here?
Necromancer. The
Yeah, I'm
aspiring
very confused by
necromancer.
this.
The aspiring necromancer is now party face. This is perfect.
Uh, let's go ahead and give her a perception as well. Yes, Mabas and Emma, you hear the characteristic sound of stone on stone, and then as the doors behind you have closed.
Are locked in.
I mean, it only makes sense. We don't want to let the draft in.
Oh.
You see the maid just nod, and she says, she steps to the side, right, and does the thing where she holds her hand out, like gesturing you to like come in, and she says, "Please."
Awesome, thank you. And I will step forward.
As
This
you
is a-
start walking forward, the light shines on the rest of these figures, and you see 4 other maids just standing, like, with their heads bowed to all of you, just not moving.
My head
I-
raised high, I accept this because it's only as it should be for one such as me.
I
Emma
will slowly lower my guard, still confused.
is just like, I don't remember these maids being here. There used to just be an old guy in there, and she points at the stone sarcophagus.
Anyone of class needs their own maids.
You walk up to this blonde-haired woman, and she says, she hears Emma speaking, and she says, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm afraid the master is out. However, there is someone who would love to meet you, or love to see you."
Well, we
And
shan't keep them waiting.
she just nods.
Yes, that would be rude, I guess. Now my stance is now no longer a stance and just I guess we're doing this.
Let us go back to this page. There we go. Well, you see 2 of the maids start to move as they walk over to the torches that are hanging off of the pillars on the sides,
Mm-hmm.
and you see them each reach up and grab it and pull down. uh, and you hear something click, and you hear stones start to move again. And the blonde maid looks at you, Mabas, and she says, please stand back. As you see the stone above the sarcophagus start moving.
Okay. I will step out of the way if it enters my space.
And you see you see the stone sarcophagus move back to reveal a staircase leading downward. And Emma just looks and she says, I don't remember there being a staircase here either. Has that always been here? And the maid just says, to those who she just says, this chamber has been sealed for she just pauses for a second and she says, a very long time. And she says, you will be the first to enter in many, many generations, I would believe. I'm not sure. Time really is a hard thing. She's just saying calmly. Emma just says, was this always part of the game, guys? Does anyone remember anything like this?
I'm completely new to this.
My castle was always far away, so I don't know this crypt.
I don't know whether to trust this. I say, kind of just muttering. Just not used to, cave staff or mausoleum staff.
The maid with brown hair looks up at you, Araki, and she says, you have nothing to fear from us.
I smile hesitantly.
What? The maid with blonde hair looks up at you and says, just says, I am very sorry. My name is Amelia, and I am the maid in charge.
Maid.
Please, our young master is waiting for you. As the other maids line up around along the stairs.
I'll head down.
Mm-hmm.
All right. As
Switch
you
my cloak. Dramatically, like Snape exit.
Nice.
the short maid with the orange hair looks at you as you walk past, and she says, would you like me to take your coat, your cape?
Let me double check something. No, thank you.
She just gives you a big deep bow as you walk past. All right. So all of you are walking down this pitch black staircase down into the unknown.
Mm-hmm. With a torch.
A disgusting torch.
Torch.
Uh,
Boy.
the
Boy, oh boy. We're just like willingly going further and further. To Last Boss Manor.
Yeah.
you walk down. Feels like it's been like 3 or 4 minutes just in the darkness, but you don't think it's really been that long. As you come to another stone door. This one, well, not a stone door. It looks like it's actually a wooden door, like mahogany with stained glass on it. And it is closed.
Fine craftsmanship.
It is very fine craftsmanship.
I actually don't have the eye for that, but my character knows what good things are, so I have to pretend I do as well.
I'm getting the Anchorman. Everything smells of rich mahogany.
Well, you go out and you reach for the door handle. It's a brass door handle. And there's also a brass knocker on it. Do you just open the door, or do you knock the knocker, or what do you guys do?
Well, of course I allow the servants to knock for me. I just stand at the door expectantly.
They actually didn't follow you down, or that you can see.
What useless servants?
Just led the way.
Yeah, you kind of just start walking in.
Well, they were supposed to follow. That's what a good servant does.
Or maybe they're not because they were told not to ever be down here. But if there's guests, invite them in. Who knows?
Emma's just like, do we knock?
Sarah Lane just goes up to the door and it's like, "What's this?" Knock.
Nice.
You hear in an old an aristocratic voice. Who is it?
And then I look at you, Mavis.
Selena, is that you again?
We are not your maids. They merely showed us the way.
There's a silence, and then they're like, "Ah, you must be the guests. You may enter, but please, take off your shoes. Leave them at the door."
Shoes? I look at my feet and like, am I wearing shoes? I guess I have to be to an extent.
You are?
Greaves. I have samurai greaves.
I'd say like Statness shoes.
I take off shoes.
Go ahead and give me a perception roll. Oh man, these guys aren't doing so hot.
That's okay, we aren't either. Or I'm not.
All of you look behind you, and you see the maid with purple hair walk up behind you with like a tray, and she's holding it out as you take your shoes off.
Are we supposed to put our shoes on that?
Yes.
No, that's weird. Okay. Put shoes on the platter.
Such a strange foreign custom. Are you one of them foreigners?
Rude.
I'll do the same. There's a noticeable thud since they're greased.
Thunk heavy boots.
Yeah.
The platter doesn't move at all
Doesn't
as you do.
twitch.
Oh shit.
She's got some
And-
strength.
And
She's strong.
and the maid looks at you, Mabuz, and she says, "I believe you are the foreigners. We have been this establishment has been our home for much longer than you could possibly perceive."
I actually chuckle.
And then she just stands there as you see the other maids. Oh dang it! I thought okay. Oh wait, I'm rolling one. Okay. That's why they're rolling so horribly. Heh heh heh. In that case. There we go. There we go. Okay, Saraloon and, actually, yeah, no, none of you, actually, Mabuz, you notice, the other maids coming down the stairs, and, be in your presence. The rest of you, you don't actually see them, and it kind of startles you as you kind of just look over your shoulder and the maids are there. The head maid says,
Oh, I have a question.
yes.
How close were the maids to us compared to how close we were to the door?
You're about like 3 feet from the door, and the maids are like 3 feet from you. So you're in a small corridor.
So, not noticing them, Sarah Lynn will kind of just jump and fall backwards into the door.
Oh, okay. The door comes open as you fall through.
Cool. I fall to the ground.
You feel yourself land on something really, really soft. You look down and you see you're laying on thick red plush carpet.
Oh jeez. This is not anything I expected.
Haha, I was the first one in the room.
You
No.
you see whenever you go in, it looks like just you see rich mahogany everywhere, and this
Such fine
plush red carpet. And are the walls made out of marble? It's really shiny and marble looking. You see like a golden chandelier in the middle of the room. And
It's pretty nice in here.
and you see facing away from you, directly ahead, just a large fireplace with like blue flames.
Flames. Pretty.
Okay.
I feel like we're the rude ones because we're stinky coming into a place like this.
Are you saying that?
No, but I'm just thinking of it by I know how I'm thinking that by kind of just I take a quick look around and then I kind of lift up an armpit and give myself a little whiff. That's how I express that. Like, oh jeez.
The fireplace, you see a couch facing away from you and like 2 other couches flanking it, like a little sitting area. And you hear, Please do come in. It's been so long since I've had visitors, especially adventurers. I've never gotten to speak with you before.
Don't mean to offend, but you didn't exactly make it very inviting to get to this place either. I say, kind of looking at Bone Torch.
I like the ambiance here.
And then I remember who I'm talking to.
You see, you just hear, laughing, just like, and that's all. Do you want, whenever you look around, you see, this room is big, definitely as big as the crypt above, but on the left and right side you see like it looks like spiral staircases going downward. Oh, also on the mantle above the fireplace you see a shimmering sword. Let me see. Yeah.
Looks fancy.
It looks like a broadsword of some kind, but it's hard to tell what it's made out of, but it's shimmering a pale blue, and sometimes it looks like there's a streak of green that goes through it, or like a little spark, maybe even a little spark of green jumping across its hilt. And above that is a what looks like an old portrait of a man in a classic aristocratic suit, you know, with the white ascot thing and everything, and the cuffs, just, you know, really, really old style, with this sword in his hand. A man with a like sunken in face and a stern expression.
Is that the man you know? I ask Emma.
Emma just kind of nods and says, yeah, I think.
You think? I say, kind of raising eyebrows. Like, I would never forget a guy like that. I say.
I mean, it's been like it's been a few months, right? And I've been on a lot of quests since then, and you know, it's hard to remember all of them. So, like, yeah, I think it's him. Well, are you going to come sit down and chat, or what? You hear the voice say.
I kind of just look at I want to do that. We look at each other thing.
And then shrug.
Yeah. Yes, it would be the polite thing to do. Wouldn't that be right, Mambus?
Quite.
As you start walking, do you start going over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you go over there, you hear, ugh, stop. What is that smell?
Oh, you don't enjoy my torch? I thought it quite fit with your decorations that were around.
You know, the decorations outside.
And you just hear, what? No, get that thing out of here. Selena, and you hear snapping, and and you see a red-haired maid with an eye patch come over, and she just kind of stands in front of you, Mabas, with her hand out.
How lit is the room again? Like without
Well lit.
assuming without the torch.
Well lit.
Okay. Then I will hand over.
Like there are candelabras and a giant chandelier just all lighting up this whole room.
Okay. So I'll hand over my torch.
And the maid just starts walking away towards the stairs.
Let's put this back outside.
And and the blonde maid Amelia just looks at you and she says, "We will return your property when you leave."
How polite.
I'll just nod.
Yes, Mabas, let us not forget to fetch our bone on the way out. That's what I live for.
So you approach the couch, and when you look around, you see this man on the couch, laying on the couch with his feet up on a mahogany table with his hands like behind his head, you know, just chilling kind of look.
And we sit opposite him, I assume.
On the flanking couches, yes. He sees you, Mabas, and Araki, and he kind of sits up, and he's like, and he scratches his chin, and he's like, "Huh. So this is what adventures look like." Yeah. He seems kind of disappointed. This guy does not look like the guy in the picture, by the way.
In the painting behind him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
As you, Emma walks around and she kind of nervously takes a seat, and he just looks at her and tilts his head and he says, "Ah, hello, sister." And then Saraloon, you walk over, and he looks at you and he tilts his head and he kind of shifts and he says, "Oh, well, hello there."
I just tilt my head when he says that. I was like, what?
I just sigh.
He smirks a little. And his eyes linger on you for a minute, and he says, then he turns to the rest of you, and he says, "So, what brings adventures to my humble little home?"
I'm going to look at Emma.
Yeah.
See if you want to speak up. Like, so I guess we just turn our heads at the same time towards her.
Emma is just like, oh, well, where's the other guy that was here? You know, the older looking guy.
Him. I just point to the painting in case it wasn't clear.
You mean my father? I am sorry. He has went on some crusade or another. I wasn't really paying that much attention. Something about freedom or I don't know what goes through that man's head.
Freedom. I just mouthed that, kind of confused.
And he says, "I am deeply sorry." He kind of shrugs and he says, "But won't you stay a while? It's been so long since I've had guests." And he says, "Perhaps there's something I could do to assist you." His eyes go to you, Sailun, and he smiles.
Serlin says, "Is there something on my face?"
Just beauty, my dear.
at that point, then Serlin will blush slightly. Thank you.
He just he smiles and nods, and he says, he looks towards Emma and he says, well, he just looks at Emma, gives Emma a glance, and he looks back to you, Sailun, and he's like, "Perhaps that you came here seeking something?"
Oh yeah. So Emma needs help. She's having a hard time with being what is it called again?
A vampire Cinderella.
A vampire Cinderella.
A vampire?
Around this time, all of the maids come to you with a tray, and each one has a sandwich and a drink, and one goes up to the guy and hands him what looks to be a wine glass, and another one comes over to Emma also with a wine glass, and what looks to be a wine bottle, and he says, "Thank you," and he nods at the maids, and he says, "They're so resourceful," and
Tell me, what vintage is that from? It's not somebody called Vintage, is it? I say.
I'm sorry, I actually did not inquire about their name, but I do know it is. It comes from a very old noble lineage, about 300 years aged. It is quite exquisite.
Exquisite of grape or of man? I'm being a bit I'm being direct, but trying to hide it, but not very well.
What are the races again? God dang it. Classes. Yes.
The human analog.
The human analog, yes. The other white meat.
This is human, elf, half elf, race of ritual.
He looks at you and he says, foxtail, actually, if you must know. They have a certain spice to them. . he looks at Emma and he says, "It is really quite good. You must try it." And Emma is just like, I think I'm fine. And he just looks at her and he says, "Of course you're not. You look absolutely famished."
Well, actually, that's part of the reason why we came here. Was she's kind of. Is there a way to cure her condition?
The guy he just looks at you and he kind of leans back and he's like, "Why?"
She's having a hard time with it.
He just kind of shrugs his shoulders. And he says, you'll, she'll get used to it in time."
The whole point is that she doesn't want to get used to it, and she doesn't want to spend the time being it.
Well, I don't see why not.
She has friends and stuff that she doesn't want to have the issue of, like, what'd you say it was again? She doesn't want, since they're not vampires, she didn't want to, drink from them accidentally.
He just scratches his chin and he's just like, I don't see why anyone would want to give up the gift. He looks towards back to you, Saraloon, and he says, "How about you? You look like a tasty little morsel. Wouldn't you wouldn't you love to have eternity? And all of the gifts that come along with it?"
I have some other issues I have to deal with first. Let me consider what you're saying, but I need to work on the other problems first.
He reaches out and grabs your hand. And he leans down and he like kisses it and looks up at you and he says, and he says, "Any time, my darling."
She kind of trembles a little.
And he looks across the room and he says for a second, "Oh dear, oh dear. I totally forgot to introduce myself. I'm sorry. So rude. It's been several centuries since I've had guests, and I've been asleep for a very long time. I'm sorry, my manners seem to have lost me. Although, if you would believe what my father says, manners have never been my specialty. However, let me introduce myself. I am Adgar von Greldia, at your service." And he gets up and he does one of those big flourishing bows. "And who might you be?"
I'm Saraloon.
He just looks at you and he says, "A lovely name for a lovely young maiden." Emma is just like, "I'm Emma." And he reaches over to her and grabs her hand and kisses her hand too, and she just kind of looks at him like strangely for a second, but she's like giving that like okay, like looking at a weirdo kind of look, and and he says, uh, just as lovely.
Dude, that's your sister. I say kind of out of character. Like by out of character, I mean I'm in character, but just kind of just the like I kind of screwing up his game, I guess, because he did call her sister before.
Yeah.
He
I actually get a laugh out of that.
he looks and he says, yes, sister, in a way, we share. I can tell that we share the blood of our father. And what about you two? Dark Summoner and Strange Swordsman. He just looks at you.
I'm gonna just be lounging hard, like, but essentially like how one does, like, this is my couch. She'll be like, yeah, you have the honor of meeting Mavis Black.
And I'm standing up to give a, curt hand and fist bow. And I am Araki, wandering samurai.
He looks at you, Maybuzz, and he says, "The honor is mine." And he gives you a nod, and he says, "Well, it is a pleasure to meet you, foreign samurai." And he does the same thing as you, Maybuzz. He just kind of leans back in the couch and puts his feet up on the table, and he says, please eat. Please eat and drink. By the way, all of you have a sandwich in front of you.
Yeah, I noticed that. Is
Nice.
there anything suspicious about the sandwich?
You can give me a perception or an analyze.
Because this guy is still really strange.
I will eat, but I am prepared to disparage his honor if it's at all terrible.
No, it just you look at it and you see the thing come up, the item menu come up, and let's see, what is it? It is a
Oh, my console. I should have just used that.
it is it is a not favorite. It God.
I enter that console command.
/eat. That does make me think, though. I consider.
You know what? It's actually not a sandwich. It's a piece of pizza, and you see, yeah, you see it.
Pizza from.
Oh, shit,
You-
pizza.
You
Like Araki wants it.
It's gonna be hard to resist this. Yeah.
you look at it, and it is a chef's choice pizza, a rank 3 food item.
I want
Nice.
What's
do
the drink?
want-
The drink, it's just water.
Just water. Okay.
All right. Since it's were we provisioned with utensils? I'm gonna be the guy
Yes.
that eats it with a knife and fork.
Yes,
Ah.
on the plate beside you there's like a fork and 3 different spoons and like a cutting knife and a butter knife. It's got the whole set.
Nice.
While I have the console window open, I'm gonna look at the guy.
Okay. Give me a I forgot what the thing is.
Analyze?
The thing. Is it analyze? Yes.
Like,
Detect
or-
monster or whatever thing.
Oh, you want me to do the monster thing?
Yes.
Okay. Then it is enemy identification. I think that's still knowledge.
Yes, it is knowledge.
So that's a really bad +2.
You don't get anything besides his name, Adgar von Greldia.
Okay. All right. I guess.
But he's definitely not a player.
Okay. I'm just gonna eat my sandwich or my pizza in silence.
All right.
I'm not using utensils because I'm not etiquette enough.
All right. You lose 10 fatigue.
Yay!
I'm just gonna try to eat this classy with my hands, but it's pizza. Does it taste regular though?
No,
Like-
it tastes like cardboard.
All right, that's what I thought. I'm still eating it like one does, like kind of pizza like this. Like I fold
You
it.
also lose 10 fatigue.
Hooray!
I do have a curious question about fatigue. So if we because it lowers our max HP, if we reduce fatigue and it reduces and it brings our max HP back up, do we get that HP back?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure how that worked because I never asked before.
Yay.
Uh, he he's leaning back and just kind of watching all of you eat, and he says, "Please, Emma, sister, drink." And she's just like, I don't want to.
Well, that was the other thing. She wanted to be cured so she could have food like this, like the pizza. She wants to enjoy other foods.
He's got his wine glass and he's sipping on it. And he's just he sets it down and he just sighs and he says, I suppose there might be a way. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. You just got here, and frankly, y'all smell like crap. Would you like a shower? Maybe have your clothes laundered?
I really don't like where this is going. Okay.
But I would not mind some service here.
He smiles and he said, and he just snaps his fingers, and two maids come up behind you, Mabas, and he says, the baths, please. And they say, right this way. And
I
they
will
stand
gladly
there.
follow.
Okay.
I'll follow too.
They lead you down the stairs, and it's all well lit. And whenever you get down the stairs, it's like a whole nother. It's like the top was just a sitting area, right? And this is where the entire house is. They lead you down through some winding corridors, and eventually you come to a big open. It almost looks like a pool, but you see like mist, like heated mist coming off of it, and there's like wooden benches, and they stand. The maids are like, here are the baths, and they just stand there.
I start disrobing.
All right. One of the maids stands behind, or not behind you, but beside you, and holds her hand, like holds her arms out.
I'll hand over my clothing.
As soon as you do, she just walks out of the room. The That was the purple-haired maid, by the way. And Araki, you see the maid in front of you is the orange-haired maid who's about like 4'3" and looks like she could pass for a 14-year-old, and she's just standing there, staring at you with like a curious look.
I gotta just return a curious look with one of my own and just ask, so how much do you get paid for this?
She just chuckles and she says, "Eternal service to our master is payment enough."
You say so, but that doesn't leave much money for, I guess, shopping and other girly things. Are you a Vampirella too?
Vampa Cinderella.
Yeah,
She looks at you curiously and she says, "No."
okay. Well, as long as you're happily and gainfully employed, I guess that's a good thing for a young lass such as yourself. And I turn my head like, did I say young lass?
She chuckles at you and she says, "You're cute. I'm a lot older than you."
And I kind of just like hold my head up and I was like, my life is an anime now. I guess I'll take one of these bath things. You don't have to wash my back or anything. I'm perfectly fine.
She just looks at you and she says, "Pervert," and then she starts like walking out of the she just stands there and she says, "Well, are you going to give me your clothes, or are you going to jump in there?"
I'll give you my clothes. Go ahead and close your eyes. Close your eyes, I say, disrobe.
Very well.
Feels weird. I don't care that she's a 300-year-old dragon. Still feels weird because I'm a grown-ass man.
She says very well, and she closes her eyes and holds her hands out.
There you go.
As you hand over your pauldrons.
Yes. And she's probably strong as hell, so that'll make her flinch, huh?
Well, she her arms kind of sag a little bit.
Okay, cool.
But she seems to be able to hold it without much trouble.
She's a level 10 maid and not a level 40 maid.
Yeah.
Like the boss. That's good.
She leaves the room and they close the door. And you two are alone in a completely naked in a what looks to be giant Roman style bath. It's not like Japanese style, it's like old Roman styled baths with the stone and the water fountain, a waterfall in the center. It looks like there are portraits across, like, or not portraits, but like stonework embroidery telling some story, but you're not sure what.
Interesting. I will relax into the waters.
God, I need to try and not fall asleep. How would I resist that?
Endurance.
Alright. Because my dude doesn't want to relax because I need to be on guard because there's Vampire Cinderellas and
Vampire Cinderellas all
there's
over
a
the
guy's
place.
Dad,
The Vampire Cinderellas everywhere.
The guy is one. The guy's dad is some rebel guy, rebel leader, and And this is so warm. And okay, I can keep my focus.
You can kind of keep your focus. Mabas, you notice Araki is quite tense. That a few minutes later, a maid comes in, the purple-haired maid. She looks like she could pass for 18, 19, no problem. Maybe early 20s. Probably early 20s. But she comes in with a platter that just has like various bars of soap and scrubbing utensils. And she places it on the edge of the bath and just gives you a bow and walks out.
I will avail myself of some of these.
All right, we will come back to you guys in a second. Saraloon and Emma, you are sitting alone with Adgar, and he says, "So, tell me, what year is it?"
It's X-Blah year.
X-Blah year.
Yeah, because I don't know if we actually ever mentioned what year it was. Actually, I guess maybe I did ask. No, that was for the other game. Yeah. Okay. No, I don't think we knew. Like, out of character, out of game.
Actually, let me take a second to actually see what the timeline is, because I actually forgot. Game lore. Okay, so there isn't a exact like this is the date, but we will say that it is the year 364.
364. No letters or just numbers?
Yeah, letters would be like I had something in mind, but I lost it here. Hold on. That's not right. And
something related to demons or something.
Yeah.
So 364 PD. I don't know. Post demon.
Let's go with 364.
How about 42069?
Yes.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
It's too many numbers.
Let's go with 364 AA.
AA. Okay. Yeah, it's like 364 AA.
He's just like stares, like scratches his chin for a moment, and he says, I have been asleep for quite a long time, haven't I? Tell me, what changes have occurred in the last decade, or in the last century?
Have you been to the cities?
Oh, no. Not in a long time.
Oh. Do you remember gates?
Gates?
Gates between cities?
No.
Oh. Well, okay. Then I guess that's not worth mentioning then. Well, I guess the fact that you didn't know the gates were there, I mean, that's something. Let's see, what else is there? Actually, when was the last time your father was here?
I would say, he left about 3 weeks ago.
Okay. It's not as long as I was thinking it might be.
So, Emma, was it? You want to get rid um, of this gift? Emma just nods and she's like, yeah. And he just says, is there any particular reason? Or he just says, can you please help me understand? And she just says, well, you see, the thing is, well, when I did it, the first time, you know, I didn't really know what I was getting myself into, and I thought it would just be, you know, good fun and everything. And he responds like, well, it is. It is fun. Every day is you can make every day a party when you have nothing else to worry about. And I know my father, he may be an uptight asshole, but he picks his children with a purpose. So surely you were chosen for some reason. And she just kind of chuckles and she just says, yeah, I mean, I guess so, maybe. I don't know. I don't really remember. And he just leans back and he says, that's very interesting. I've never encountered anyone who wanted to give this up. But you adventurers are quite strange and quite unpredictable. And he says, I suppose there may be a way. And Emma says, well, if you could, like, tell me, that would be great. And he just says, well, we don't have to speak about that now. If you would like to, cleanse yourselves. He looks at the two of you and he says, you two do not smell as if you have been rolling around in corpses like your friends, but
Corpse bros.
They murdered people just the same, or murdered zombies just the same. How did they not smell at all?
I mean, you dug into a body to pull
Like,
out.
yeah, we were like
Directly
really
touching it.
hands-on.
I
and
mean,
leading that stuff.
I understand that we would smell worse, but to not smell at all.
No, we overpowered
He's
just
not-
by
Ye-
being
yeah.
next.
He's not saying we don't smell. He's
Yeah,
just
he-
saying it's just not as bad as you guys.
yeah, he's saying it doesn't smell like you guys went
We're the
like
Vikings,
our
David.
like elbow deep in corpse.
We did not hide in a tauntaun.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty.
That's basically what he's saying. And he says, if you would like, we have some very nice facilities. I have some very nice facilities.
I'm just kind of look over at Emma. I'm just like, shrug.
He just kind of snaps his fingers, and Uh, and the maids come up behind you silently. They're very, very quiet. They oftentimes it seems like they just kind of like show up behind you, and they they say, "If you would please follow us." Do you follow them? Emma kind of looks at you, Saraloon, kind of like, well, I mean, she just says, well, if you want to, I guess I can too.
Like,
You do
yeah,
kind of smell bad.
thanks.
Don't mention it.
I guess.
She gets up and she says, all right, let let's go.
All right.
And the the maids nod and just start walking to going in the same direction that the guys went. You come to a room, and just similar to what they saw. It looks like an old Roman bath, if you would know what that looks like, with engravings all over, and stone walls, and some wooden benches around. It's lit by a big chandelier.
Okay.
And the maids are standing there.
There's no like borders or anything. It's
Mm,
one pole.
no, it's just one big room.
Uh,
Emma's kind of like, so, like, where are the showers? And they kind of tilt their head. Shower?
yeah, you mentioned you had some sort of shower, right?
That they look at each other and they uh, they say, we have the waterfall, and they point over towards the waterfall that's in the center of the bath. If this is what you mean by shower.
Oh.
Emma says, well, where I come from, we don't normally like shower together. So yeah. And that they look at each other again and they say, you are free to wait outside and bathe one at a time if this is what you prefer.
Well, you or myself first?
Emma just kind of like sighs and she's like, well, I guess it doesn't really matter. I mean, we're both girls. I guess we can go in together if you want.
At that comment, Sterling will kind of turn a little bit red. Hand on the back of the head.
Yeah, because you're both girls, right, Saloon?
This isn't it.
I don't know if I feel comfortable with it. it's not something I'm used to.
All right, then let's go rock paper scissors.
Okay.
All right.
What's your
Uh,
rock stat at?
Roll a d3.
A D3.
Yes. 1 is rock, 2 is paper, 3 is scissor.
So if you roll a 1 or a 3, you don't lose.
Yes.
I'll just type it in. That'll probably be easier. What is it? Just roll.
Roll
1d3?
1d3.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Emma is just like, ha, yes. I guess I'll go first.
Okay. I'll wait out here then.
The maid follows her inside, and she's like, I thought we said we were doing this alone. I don't, and the maid, and you hear the maid, your clothes, mistress. And she's like, oh, I'll leave them by the door, thanks. All right, let's take a quick, let's say, 5-minute break.
Okay.
Okay, well, we're back. So, Emma comes out later, and or the maid goes in later, and you hear like a squeak, and the maid kind of leaves again. And you see Emma come out in like a robe, and she says, "All right, well, I'm all done."
Okay. I guess it's my turn then.
Before you go in, the one of the maids comes back with her clothes. They look like they've been ironed and finely pressed, and she hands them to Emma, and she's like, "Oh wow." Well, we will go back over on unless there is anything specific you want to do in their Sailorloon, we will go back over to the guys.
Okay.
Okay. You guys have been in here for about 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, when you hear someone enter the room.
I look over.
I reach for my blade that's not there. Still with like my mouth at the water level where I was blowing bubbles.
You see standing up tall, completely nude, Adgar, just casually walking over and enter and getting in the water with all of you.
I grumble, making bubbles.
This is quite a luxurious bath you have.
It's not quite as large as our family home or our family's estate, but you have to make do. You understand?
For such a for being in such a region as this, you can't ask for more.
That was my thoughts exactly. It wasn't my idea to set up to live in this hellhole. That was my father's idea. The baths, though, those that was my idea.
As far as hellholes go, this isn't so bad.
Well, to each his own. So, I have heard that it is really 364.
That is correct.
Gets a grunt out of me from it.
So, why have you come here? I understand why my sister has come here, but what about you?
I'll glance over to Rocky real fast and turn back to Adgar. Well, when we found poor young Emma, she was being harassed by monsters out on the streets.
He frowns.
We couldn't do anything but escort her to her destination without putting a stain upon our conscience.
Ah, that's very noble. Helping a woman in need. I would do that myself if I were in your shoes. You can't let a fine young woman like her be accompanied alone, can you? Well,
So, out of character real fast. When he was making comments towards Saloon, I thought it was a bit weird because I'm pretty sure she is like a younger AI, or like avatar, I mean.
right.
So it seems like a creepy old lecher. But how old does Emma look?
Emma looks like she's somewhere between 18, like around 18 or so.
Okay, so not as bad.
Yeah, somewhere between like 18 and 20.
So not nearly as creepy. I don't know if you were actually Aaron. I don't know if you were planning to look as young as you do, but that picture, all I can see is like.
I mean, she's supposed to look about 16.
Okay.
So. I know golden darkness is like.
I was gonna say like 14.
Like 14, but the character is supposed to be like around 16.
Okay. I forgot your character's age, and so I was imagining just Darkness's actual age.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like creepy old fucker. Anyway, yeah, or no, of course not.
So, you're a summoner.
Yes, that's correct. I plan to steep myself in the darkest of arts. One day soon the world shall know my name as the greatest necromancer there was.
Well, good luck with that.
Well, hopefully is more than was.
Was, is, and will be.
You're an interesting fellow.
Oh, well, thank you.
I bet you're a hoot at parties.
I never touch this stuff.
He looks at you strangely, and he just shrugs and he says, "You're missing out. the world has so many fine things to offer. And how about you, swordsman?
Why did I come?
Yes.
To help Emma. We were here to cure her, as she wanted. She did not want to exist, as she put it, as a monster. So it was a noble thing to do. And so I accompanied my friends. And here I am, having a bath with a I want to mispronounce it again. With Vampiranella instead of being back at the wiggling worm.
You do not seem like you are nearly as fun at parties as him. But, and he says, I am no Vampinella. That is a very curious thing that is unique to you lot. No, I am in fact a true vampire. Full in the blood. To the extent of being my father's child.
And I don't say it out loud, but I assume he's doing child like ending in E.
Oh, God. Damn it, David. Yes.
He says, so young Emma thinks of herself as a monster, and he says, he kind of stands up in front of you, like your eyes at crotch level, and he says, look upon me. Does this look like a monster to you?
I kind of just give him like just a heavy blinks.
He
Ignoring what he says about himself, I'm just going to be like, I tried to convince young Emma that everything was fine and that she would be fine, but she refused to feed upon anything.
Yes, well, many do not are scared of the power that they obtain. They are, after all, ascending. But rest assured, we are no monsters. We are merely like you, with our own ambitions and goals. My father, though, you could call him a monster.
You believe your father to be a monster?
Ah, well, yes. In a way, anyway. As much as anyone can think of their father as a monster, he's definitely not a nice man. And frankly, whenever he left, I was more happy than I had ever been in 200 years. I mean, I have this place all to myself. He did not keep me in that blasted coffin, asleep, and and I am now free to enjoy the finer things, such as conversation with you adventurers.
Well, maybe she feels alienated from the ones that she's known. Surely she has friends and wants to be with them without fear of feeding on them or losing herself to whatever risk of World of Darkness beast that tends to lie within these vamp vampirellis. I'm trying to come up with a new word every time.
Uh, he says, "That's understandable. The thirst is a strong compulsion, but really, are you any so different? So different? I bet if you deprived yourself of food and drink for long enough, you too would turn into a ravenous beast." Well, all of you, I wish that you enjoy your bath, and whenever you are done, you can find me in the sitting room.
We will see you there.
Okay. So, Sarloon, you get done with your bath, and Emma is sitting, back in her clothes. Whenever you exit.
Okay.
And you are provided with your what was it, leather armor?
Yeah, it's leather armor.
It has been scrubbed and lightly oiled, and so that it, because
It
you
keeps better,
oil,
yeah.
yeah.
You have to oil leather.
And when you put it on, it feels like, I don't know, it's softer and it feels nicer against your skin, like like they fit it to you better or something.
Who worked on the armor?
That would have been Belladonna.
Oh, you think you could show me a thing or two about it?
Perhaps. That is, if you intend to stay.
I mean, I don't know how long we were planning on staying. I'd have to consult with the rest of the group first. I can't make that decision by myself.
We understand. Well, the master is waiting in the in the main sitting room, if you wish to speak with him.
Okay.
You're free to wander about as you wish. Just do not go into the master's study.
The study.
Yes.
Well, where is it at so I don't accidentally stumble into it?
Meanwhile, at the master's study.
Meanwhile, at the master's study, she points down the hall and she says, "It is down that way. It is the only room that is locked."
Okay.
There, if you would like, we will prepare guest quarters. Or rather, I should say, they are already prepared. We merely have to... they are down... they point to another set of stairs and they say, they are down there.
Okay.
Emma just says, "Well, I'm not gonna lie. I could get used to this. That bath was amazing. Like I could actually swim in that thing."
Could you not swim in water before?
I mean, I've never had a bath big enough to swim in.
Oh, I guess that's fair.
She just says, "Huh, I wonder if this has always been here. I wonder if just no one ever found it before."
Well, what would normally happen when you'd come here? Or what happened before?
Well, you come in, there's like a bunch of gargoyles or something, and the guy would rise out of the coffin, and he would be like, "Prove yourself" or something, and you'd fight the golems, and then he would be like, "You have proven yourself," and it was all dramatic, and he was like, you had to make this whole there was a whole lot of text, and I just kind of skipped through it, and then there was like a cutscene, and like you bent over and started drinking from his wrist, and it was kind of gross, really, but yeah.
Oh. All right. Well, maybe tomorrow we can figure out how to restore your, self.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope so.
I mean, he did seem like he was pretty excited to have people over, so it must have been a long time since he's seen anyone. But besides the maids, of course.
You hear her kind of giggling, and she kind of looks around for a second, like looking to make sure there's no one nearby, and she kind of leans in and whispers and like, "He is kind of hot, isn't he?"
I'm sorry?
The guy Adgar, isn't he like he's tall and like the dark hair, and like the way he took your hand, and oh my god.
Are you okay?
And she just grins, and she's just like, come on. I saw you looking too.
Oh, I was looking at the data console on him. I was trying to see, like, what his deal was.
She just giggles again, and she's like, uh-huh. She just says, "I myself was looking at those lean arms." Mm.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I didn't even notice. Well,
She just giggles, and she says, "Well, maybe try to notice." And
charmed or something?
Do you want to give me a what is it? Oh, I thought there was like a Go ahead, and you can give me a knowledge check. Or if you have a detect magic skill, you can use that too. I mean, just looking at her, it doesn't look like there's any kind of charm on her, that she's not sparkling or anything, and she doesn't have a status effect.
I'm gonna check the console.
Yeah, there isn't a status effect in the console.
Oh, she actually really likes him.
She just kind of smirks at you and gives you a wink.
you are still wanting to get cured, right?
She just says, yeah, of course.
Okay. I'm sorry. It seems a little odd. You're really excited, so I don't know. I guess it's just interesting to see that way.
She just kind of says, well, I'm going to be cured soon, so yeah, I'm kind of excited. Like, I get to eat pizza again.
Right? I was definitely not expecting him to have pizza. Well, hey, the sooner we get to rest, the sooner tomorrow shows up. And then maybe we can fix you. And fix the Vampanella
Vamparoni.
stuff. Vamparoni.
The pepperoni. Ah, yes, that is the kind of pizza they gave you, the vamparoni with cheese. But yeah, she nods and she says, to be honest, this is all kind of like, I didn't expect this, you know, like traveling and like fighting monsters and being in a mansion with a hot vampire guy. It's like something you'd see in a movie.
Well, we are in a game world, sort of.
Yeah.
So I guess to an extent, yeah, if there's cutscenes and stuff, that makes sense.
I mean, I haven't seen any cutscenes since, the thing started, but I wonder how that'd work. That'd be kind of weird, wouldn't it? Anyway, she starts walking. Okay, let's go back to the guys. So, what are you doing?
At this point, probably just getting ready to get out.
Okay.
Same.
Well,
Or refer to the GIF I posted.
Oh, you posted a GIF?
Meanwhile, at the master's study.
Meanwhile, at the master's study. Okay.
We're just
okay.
tearing books apart. No.
Perfect.
So, you are also informed by the maids who come in as you're getting out of the shower, or not shower, but bath, with your newly fitted armor that has been fitted. It feels like it fits on you, not tighter so much, but it doesn't wiggle around so much when you move, Araki, and
They have the dread seamstress eye.
Yeah. The for you, Mabas, your cloak and robe and everything feels like they put like a whole box of fabric softener or something in there. It's really soft.
Nice.
Not itchy whatsoever anymore. It was getting kind of itchy.
So, mechanically, I actually have padded armor with a mantle surrounding it.
Okay, well.
So the cloak is just like the mantle.
Crazy big like shoulders.
All right, well.
Yeah.
It is fitted so that it can fit under a shirt much better without, the lines, the seams coming through. And the maids, the maid that's there kind of gives you the same speech that they gave the girls, like you if you want to stay, there are rooms already prepared. Don't go into the study. It's the only locked door down here that way. So, oh, and Guy already told you he's in the main sitting room.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, main sitting room, I guess. Right?
yes.
Unless you want to, unless you want to, and I'll lean in and whisper and look around if nobody is there. Snoop around.
I mean, they said we can't go in the study, and I'm curious.
I stroke my chin.
Please don't go into the master's study. A maid comes up behind you.
Oh shit! I freak out at that. Ah! And I just start walking the opposite direction of the maid's study, briskly towards the sitting room.
But I am ever so curious, I say as I walk away as well, but more leisurely.
The master likes to keep his study orderly. He does not like people going in uninvited.
Interlopers.
She's following. The maid with the orange hair is following behind you. The one that looks like she's like 13, 14. And she's just like, so how was your bath?
It was quite comforting. Thank you.
Exquisite. I say annoyed. Yet exquisite, you know.
She kind of just says, I saw the master go in. Lucky.
He did come by for a short while. He didn't stay long, though.
Still, I wish he would take a bath with me sometime, but no.
Is it not the maid's duty to take care of their master?
Hey, we're being PG-13 here. I say while we're still walking.
She just giggles and but she doesn't say anything. But what she does say is, what's PG-13?
Don't worry about it.
She just says, all right, well, very well. You go up to the main sitting room, which was the room that you first came in, and basically just like laying on the couch, twirling something in his hand. He's just you see Adgar just kind of chilling on the couch, and by chilling I mean like he's, you know, chilling.
Like arms out,
Yeah.
leaned back, kind of, yeah.
And he's like, good, you smell so much better.
Yes, thank you. I still will admit, though, finding a nice classical style bath inside of under the underground layer of a vampirino is completely unexpected.
Please, vampire. Just vampire is fine.
He's just tired of me butchering.
And he says, it was not always an undead filled cesspool. It was. Times have changed this place.
You know, you could possibly make a business out of this and You just have to take care of all the landscaping upstairs.
He tilts his head and he says, I'm curious, what do you mean?
Oh no. I mean, the bath can draw business and you'd have way more company than just us.
I'm not going to let rabble into my home.
I just shrugged. Lost opportunity.
But you do have a point. With the land above could use some major remodeling. You see, I don't particularly dig the whole hostile undead vibe like my father did. That was his idea. Keep the mortals away or some such.
Mortals bring conversation and coin, I say. But then again, you don't strike me as the innkeeper type.
But that the ambiance
Conversation
upstairs was my favorite part.
conversation would be a boon, and of course mostly it's just depressing up there. And Mabos, you are a strange character. I still want to take you to a party sometime.
Perhaps some other time.
I'm sure you adventurers have many tales to tell. Well, Saraloon, where you go, what were you up to?
In their room, I think.
Yeah, did you go to the room? Oh no, did we lose him?
He ditched us. I think I heard him say he just hates us all.
Something about these guys smell or suck or something, and then I heard the sound of, I think it was a lighter. I think he was lighting a cigarette, and then like left the stream.
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah.
Like that.
What's up?
Hey,
Just kidding.
what are you up to?
Oh,
Smoke.
What is Saraloon up to?
didn't. Oh, I guess they said we could wander if we wanted to. Where did Emma go?
Emma's kind of just sticking with you.
So did you want to just go to our rooms, or did you want to like go back to the main sitting area? I don't know if the other two are there or not.
She just says, I don't know. We could. I wouldn't mind talking to that guy some more.
I mean, we can see if they're there, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, we can
She went
sleep afterwards.
She went from Vampire Hunter D to Vampire Hunting that D.
Okay, so Saraloon and Emma come up the stairs, and all of you see them. You see Araki and Mabas and Adgar sitting there, chatting. Or Adgar actually just laying on the couch, and the other two just sitting there talking to him.
Yeah, you walk in with me explaining to him how he should turn this place into an inn. I don't know why Araki is all of a sudden on this like inn bent, but the
'Cause
bath just kind of
He's a good businessman.
yeah, I guess. I'm trying to market to him. Jesus Christ, it's in the blood.
It's in the blood.
Oh, I'm doing my job. post like the cataclysm.
Yes.
I'm still
Well-
trying to mark it.
Well, if I ever... I'll take this idea into consideration, and should I change my mind and decide to do it in the future, I will give you a call. Or, I will send some correspondence.
Very well.
Ah, ladies. How was the bath?
It was nice.
So, I assume all of you would probably have questions. So since we are all here, let's go ahead. First, I will address what
Vampire in the
Miss
room.
what Miss Emma was discussing earlier, and there is while I am not 100% sure, as I have never known anyone to ask this before, there are tales of a way to Clint to remove the gift. The first is, well, well, before I get to that, I guess I should ask you, what would you give me for this information? I'm more than happy to tell you, of course, but he kind of shrugs and he says, if I don't get anything out of trading this information, then all of my peers would call me a fool.
I open my bag, pull out a turnip, and say, "Turnip."
Well, what
He
if...
just doesn't even look at you.
Well,
Fair. I'm just jumping back in.
you said it's been a while since you had really talked to anyone. What if she were to come by ever so often and just spend some time with you, just talking?
She's like, hold on a second.
Do I see her flush red? No, I am oblivious. Oh.
You kinda do. Kinda do.
Wait a minute. I don't say that, but that's what my eyes say as she gets flustered.
She says, I surely he wouldn't be interested in that. And he just kind of leans his hand on his head on his hand, and he's like, do not get me wrong, that is very tempting. You seem like you would be it seems like you would make great conversation, but no. How about this? I have been cooped up here for, before your grandfather's grandfathers was even a consideration. And I think I would like to leave this place. So you mentioned these cities. I'm afraid I do not know the landscape anymore, so I will tell you what you want to know, on the condition that you take me with you.
Back to town?
Yes.
kind of look with concern at the others because he's a vampire. But at the same time, town.
How does daylight affect you?
He says, I get a bit itchy.
Okay, then it should be too bit of a trouble then.
What about your dietary requirements?
He
Trying to
he
be polite about it since we've been talking about business.
he says, "Oh, I'm sure there are plenty of. I'm sure there is plenty of food in the city."
That checks out.
I'm assuming that's like with consent, right? Let's actually. Does the city support some Vampanellas? So you might be able to get something from a store.
Anyone who wants to roll a knowledge, you can.
Scratching my head, but I'm trying to think of like the vamp.
Mabos, you don't know anything about that. You do slightly remember some dialogue would change with certain NPCs. Araki, you too. That if you got, you remember reading on the forums or something, that if you got Vampanella, there are certain certain NPCs who would treat you different, like have a certain dialogue, like a priest might be like, "What is a monster like you doing in my house?" Or if you went to like say a thieves guild, a thieves mission or something, it would be like, someone who can who's accustomed to stalking the shadows. Just something like that, but you didn't, as far as you know, there isn't anything that for supporting or denying Vampanellas.
Well, they're not strictly banned, but they aren't supported as in there's no shops that they can go buy their beverage of choice. But I'm sure they can make do with finding someone who might be, let's say, sympathetic.
He just waves his hand and he says, I'm sure it will be no issue. Anyway, that is not strictly your concern. That is my problem to contend with. So, what say you?
Well, we do need to get back, and we will.
He just kind of smiles and he says, you really don't need to be so alarmed. It's not like I'll bite or anything. And he just kind of chuckles.
I mean, hey, we're helping out another person, right? That's what we do, right?
Yeah, but
I'm good with it.
well, if they could, we could. I guess we could figure out the dietary restrictions once we get there. But wait, what about during? Will you need sustenance during our travel? I say kind of like my eyes, like, like fry that suspicious look.
He just says, well, if you're offering.
No.
I look over at Mavis. It's like, I think he's the only one that does that.
Mavis is into blood play.
he looks over at Maybus and he says, And how about you, young lady? He looks at you, Sailor.
What about me?
You're not offering. And he kind
Uh,
of tilts his head.
Well, you see, I have this like allergy thing. Do I need to roll the lie?
Give me a negotiation. Okay. He just says, well, that is a shame. You look like you would be exquisite. But the answer is no. No, I can hold. I do not require. It will not be an issue for me. I am not quite so much like you. He nods towards Emma and he says, "I am. My blood is a bit purer." Her, on the other hand, he points towards Emma. How much longer do you think you'll be able to last? And she kind of looks uncomfortably, and she says, as long as I have to, I guess." And he just says, "You poor, poor thing." Well, our
Topic of, or out of curiosity, and tangentially related to the topic of what Emma came for, I'm just curious. Can you tell me the exact function of the process whereupon one endows your gift?
Endows, I say, scratching my head.
He says, yes, of course. I would love to. The process is very simple. First, you have to die, of course.
Oh, of course.
And afterwards, as you are dying, you are to imbue the blood of the head. What's the word I'm looking? The head of the clan or the family must imbue you with the gift of his own blood, and of course you must make a vow to serve the family and never betray the family. But it's that simple.
I see. So death and blood.
Why are you
Sounds like a
interested?
good time.
I've wondered. It's a curiosity of mine, you see.
It wouldn't have anything to do with the chance of immortality, would it? I say, smirking.
That is
Well.
that is a wonderful perk.
Yes, well, it wouldn't hurt.
No, it doesn't hurt at all, actually. It's quite a pleasant experience. Dying for the dying. It's very calming, really.
You said the clan leader is. Is there any of his blood around?
Well, there is me, and there is her. And he points towards Emma. We are of his blood.
Ah, so it does not have to come straight from the source.
Oh no, if you wish to become a true vampire, it must be from the source. There are, however, I guess you could say generations, or not generations. There is potency, a difference in potency. You might say, my blood is much thicker than, say, hers. I'm not quite sure the whole process behind, but I can tell you that if I desired, I could make thralls of a sort. But no offense, but you're not really my type.
That's
Yeah.
racist. I say.
Yes, you're not appealing either.
He just looks at you and he just like grabs his heart and he just says, "Ouch." Well, you sure are blunt, sir. And he just smiles and he says, "Anyway, we do not have to have this conversation sober." And he snaps his fingers. And you see him you see the maids come out with a bottle, with 2 bottles and glasses, and they pour one for him and one and they start pouring some for the rest of you. The color of his is naturally a dark reddish color, and the color of yours is like also a dark reddish color, but it looks more viscous. Do you take the wine?
I do.
Okay.
Take the wine.
And now a scene from the manga I just recently.
The what?
The manga I just recently read.
Uh-huh.
I wonder if I can find a screenshot real fast, but we can continue.
As you drink the wine, give me an endurance roll.
Oh, okay, hold on. Let me see.
By the way, how often would your character have drank in real life?
I mean, not never,
Not never.
but not going to bars every day or something. He would stay in, and he'd probably have a fridge full of beers.
Okay, so he's a cat. He does have a casual drinking habit. Okay. So let's see. 8. Okay. So you don't start to cry. But the taste as it touches your lips is like, it's so rich and sweet, and like almost you can taste the grape in this wine. And it's amazing. It's the most flavorful thing you've had in weeks. And everyone else, you see a strange look come over Maybuzz's face.
It's.
Did you just say it's amazing?
Yes.
As the songs, this music starts playing. That's perfect. It's amazing. Okay.
There we go. I found the picture.
You found a picture. Let's see. Oh, okay. So you're doing the douchebag hold. Hold the wine like a douchebag. I see. The hand over the top. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, how are you drinking this wine? Are you drinking it slowly, or are you just like chugging it down since it actually has real flavor to it?
I'd probably say I wouldn't be able to help myself, and I'd probably take a big gulp to start with,
Okay.
and then I would start sipping.
The maid refills it after you take the gulp.
Oh, well, thank you.
I'm wondering if you're just thirsty for water, like you like water.
He looks at all of you
At this
and
point, actually, I will just, like, super dramatically, though, lay my hand on Araki's shoulder and be like, no, Araki, you have to try it.
Adgar says, "Ah, so you like it then? That's that is an original bottle from our family's old vineyard, 200 years of age. Today is a special occasion, so I had them bring it up from the cellar, straight out of the cask."
Ah, and it's fantastic. As I just continue to just, like, start sipping.
May I try a glass?
Of course.
I'm curious. Now that I could tell, I guess I don't smell like blood on his breath and shit. That was what I was just worried about.
Araki, you can go ahead and give me an endurance roll. The maids offer you one as well, Sailun.
Oh,
there it goes.
I wave my hand. Oh, I'm underage. I can't drink that.
Yeah, you don't want to get arrested.
He
I say like as I'm about to take my sip.
He tilts his head and he says, "What do you mean?"
Oh, I'm 16. I can't drink anything with fermentation
Why not?
because I'm underage.
I'm not understanding.
It's a culture from where I'm from. I guess is the best way to put it.
Araki,
Yes.
you can't help yourself but smiling a little bit as you're not exactly a wine drinker. You're a Sapporo man,
Yes.
but this is good. Especially not having anything. This is good. He says, very well. Would you like some water?
Yes.
Yeah.
He kind of
Actual flavor, you hear me saying.
the maid immediately comes with a pitcher of water as if they were prepared.
I won't drink. Oh, have a glass of water.
It tastes like water.
Hey, it's at least more flavorful than some of the unflavored food we've had before. At least it's refreshing.
It is quite refreshing. You can take, we'll say 15, no, let's say 20 fatigue off, Araki and Mabas. Sairloon, you can drop it by 5.
Okay.
The Emma looks at the glass that she has, and she sniffs it, and she frowns, and she puts it down.
He just keeps throwing it at her, doesn't he?
Yeah. And give me a perception roll, if you want. If anyone is paying attention to Emma.
I'm not. I'm wine.
I am not.
wine.
I am not drinking wine, so I will roll.
Okay.
I mean, I am drinking wine, so I don't know if that gives me a minus, but I just wanted to roll anyway.
Sairloon, you kind of notice that Emma is staring at the glass kind of longingly, and there's like just a small hint of like she's salivating at the mouth as she's looking at it, but like biting her lip.
I grab her shoulder like, hey, what's going on?
She just shakes her head and she says, "It's nothing, just, thirsty."
Well, don't worry. I'll get you to where you can, eat and drink. Whatever food you want as soon as we get you cured.
Adgar looks at her and he says, "Really, if you are thirsty, my dear, you should drink something." And he says, "If it is consent you are worried about, you do not need to worry that this vintage, the people who provided it will have long since passed. Perhaps their children's children would have passed as well." And Emma's just like, I mean, that's not really the issue, but thanks. And he just frowns and he says, "If you hold out much longer, you will. It will get harder and harder to resist it, and then you will be putting people in danger." She just frowns, and she just says, "I'll think about it." He just shrugs and he says, "I'm sorry I've made you uncomfortable." Coming back to the original question, do you, now that we are all comfortable here, now that we're all friends, what would you say tomorrow we go on a little stroll and head to this lovely little town of yours?
Sure. I say, like, just enamored with the wine and I say I agree to it as I'm just looking disappointed in the empty glass. Trying to lick in there.
As soon as your glass, you sit your glass down, every time a maid fills it back up.
Oh my god.
Sure, we'd be glad to take you to the Big Apple.
Tomorrow it is. Yeah, I'll probably be continuing to drink more at this point. Like, it'll still be sipping, but it'll be like every few seconds, like.
Rocky.
I'm gonna take like a good amount and just let it sit in my mouth.
Rocky,
like
you're not. You work for a liquor company. You've got a strong tolerance. Like the one thing you can say about
I
working
had to go
for
out
them,
and
yeah.
party afterwards.
Yeah, the one thing you can say about them is that they do give you lots of free samples. Uh, so you're doing good. Maba's, you're not drinking fast enough to really get drunk off of this.
I like the flavor though, so I keep having to like sip every few seconds. Just like can't get enough.
Saraloon, they look really into this.
Yeah.
The
We're shaping how she sees people drinking wine.
yeah.
Your opinion of it. Everybody gathers around and freaks out how good it is.
Adgar steps up and stretches and he's like, wonderful. Well, now that we're all friends, I can ditch some of this annoying formality BS. So, let's get straight to brass tacks, shall we? The easiest way I know of to get rid of your little problem here is to go out and kill that bastard of a father I have. Of course, it's just a rumor, you know. And of course, I've never seen anyone kill him before, so I can't really tell you if it's true, but there have been legends of other of our kind who's had their head die, and those under him lose their gifts. But then again, there have also been tales that if you kill the head, the one next in line becomes the next head. So I cannot really say either way. But that is one way I know of. The other way is I have heard tale of a shrine far to the south, dedicated to the sun, that might be able to cleanse you. I wouldn't put much stock in that. That's...
Could also possibly catch her on fire, possibly, right?
I don't know.
Sun and cleansing.
I don't know. It was always a nasty bedtime story my father would tell me whenever I was a child. Before he turned to me, of course. But there is something I would like to ask of you, if it would not be any trouble.
What is
it? As I said, there is a rumor, or a tale, or a legend, whatever you want to call it. I don't really care. That if the son of if the son kills and usurps the father, that he inherits the role of becoming a true vampire. Now this is very prestigious, of course, because being the true vampire, well, a lot of our little annoyances go away, and of course I can make children at my leisure. So, if you would be so kind as to help me, you are adventurers after all. Would you help me find my father?
Did you know where he said he was gonna go?
You see, I have an idea. He said something about gathering the lessers in the mountains to the west. The only thing that I know of that is in the mountains to the west, or at least in my time, were the goblins. So maybe he's going to gather them up for some reason or another. I don't know. Maybe he's bored and wants to slaughter them. Can't really tell with him. He's kind of got that whole, madman kind of thing going for him. I think it's his age. He takes another sip from his wine glass.
Maybe it's a cautionary tale of what's to come with such immortality.
No. No, I think not. Personally, I think he's just an asshole. But, maybe his age has done something to make him become more jaded. He doesn't like to enjoy the finer things in life like I do. He's all about that, whole conquest and search for ever greater power, and I just want to have fun. Don't you lot like having fun?
I'm not responding because my character, his whole persona is based more like the father, and so he can't disagree with the father.
Yeah.
But
at the same time, you need to slay him for power.
exactly.
Yeah.
So try not to squee.
So I just
Yes, vampire senpai.
Is that... What, does anyone else say anything? As he asked that question.
Well, I guess so. If you find your father, and because he's technically both of your fathers, is that right? Pointing at
Double dead.
Adgar and Emma.
In your simplistic understanding, yes. We are bonded by blood. She is a Greldia, or she is of the Greldia line. But if you are saying, are we, if we share the same father, well, I'm pretty sure her father wasn't even born when mine was.
I mean through the bloodline. So if you're planning on killing him, right?
Yes.
If you both were created as vampires of him, what happens?
Oh no, she is not a vampire. She is a vampinella. That is much much lesser than I. He just smiles, stating that matters of factly, and he says, no offense, my sister." And
So-
Emma's just like, it's fine.
So since you're a full vampire, it would make you the clan leader, and then it would revert her supposedly back to her normal form.
Oh, I have no idea. But honestly, I'm bored, and I want to find out. Also, I don't like him. So, two birds, one stone.
You can make it sound so simple.
Isn't it though? You go in there, you stab him a bunch of times, then everyone goes home happy. Well, except for him.
What? What do you think, Emma?
I mean, we kind of had that plan already when we came here. No offense. And he says, "Oh, none taken."
Well, I'm with Emma then. Whatever she decides on that.
He scratches his chin and he says, really, it is. It is really no offense to all of you, but I don't think you are up to the challenge of taking on my father. But perhaps someone in this town will be, and that would be. And perhaps you might know someone, or could show me around to find someone that it would be.
Yeah, we probably could find someone. There's definitely people that are a lot higher power than us.
Oh, indeed. I would surely hope so. As he is, Maybuzz, he is. You feel subtly insulted.
Yeah. I ignore him. I'm just using him for his wine now. It's the only good thing about him.
I don't like this guy. Anyway. And he says, and either way, if it does turn out that I become a true vampire by slaying him, then more power means more fun.
I think about like the act of killing is fun, like in this context, because there's killing to defend ourselves from monsters, and then this is like, is this going to be our first straight up murder?
Well, if you want
to do the murder.
Yeah.
Do you say that?
No, but I'm
Okay.
thinking it.
All right. And of course, if that fails, you always have your sun shrine. He kind of, you can tell he says that with a bit of disgust in his voice.
It'll probably just melt you, make you explode.
Perhaps. Perhaps it would with me. Anyway, it is getting rather late. Please enjoy the wine, and if you need anything, the maids will attend to you. I think I'm going to have an early day. I will see all of you later. In the morning? Ugh. You do plan on leaving in the morning, I assume.
The morning is fine.
Sip.
Keep sipping. Go ahead and give me another endurance roll, Maybuzz. Did you just give it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're starting to feel pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. Well, Emma is just sitting there and she's like, yeah, I think I'm gonna, go lay down too. So I'll see you guys in the morning, I guess.
Sounds good.
All right.
Okay, so we have the option now. Do you want to call the session now?
I did not
Or-
even realize it was 11.
Or do you want to play a little bit more? It is up to you guys.
How people feel because I'm fading.
I
I think
feel
the
fine.
music's not helping. It's too chill.
Alright, then we can call the game here.
Too chill.
All of the chill.